And if you allow more than 90 days, there's a much higher burden of what the property owner needs to put forward for y'all to allow that time period. So I know a lot of people have come up today and asked for 6 months, and you're able to do that, but if you are going to give them more than 6 months, they really need to be submitting, your ordinance requires a detailed plan and time scheduled for the work. That detailed plan isn't defined in your ordinance, but generally we like to see, in most municipalities, within 30 days, you'll have the water done. Within 60 days, you'll have electricity, or the opposite, within X amount of days, the property will be destroyed. Additionally, within 30 days, according to your code and according to the government code, the property needs to be secured. I know there's been a discussion on one of these items about the securing of the property. That's a requirement if you give anyone more than 30 days. They need to make sure there's not trespassers on this property, and they need to make sure there's not easy points of access to this property. So I just wanted to make that clear before any motions began.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we have a motion. Do we have a second so we can have discussion?
Yes, I second that. I second.
Okay, so,
That would go and destroy, turn it over. Okay, I second it.
so discussion on this property, we had nobody from the property here to speak on it. So from my standpoint, a 30-day notice would be appropriate in this situation, because it doesn't sound like anyone has any plans of doing anything with it and didn't come here tonight.
He's the one that said didn't care if the city did it.
Right, so
So
if you want to, do you want to amend your motion to say, to include the 30-day timeline?
Absolutely.
Amendment
Thank you.
second.
You want me to restate it?
Yeah.
I move that we proceed with the demolition of item A 701 East Third, with the exception of giving owner 30-day notice.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item B,
So
117.
sorry to interrupt, just one more time. I believe Ms. Ackling sent over some orders to the commission prior to this meeting. I believe staff has them. I just want to make clear, at the end of this, we can do them after each motion, or we can do them at the very end if the mayor just wants to sign all of the orders at the end. But because we are ordering a reappearance and a demolition, an eventual demolition, we do need to sign some orders at the end of either now imminently or at the end of this meeting.
Yes,
So
I
you
have.
can choose when you want to do that, but I just want to make that clear.
Yes, we do have that. Once it's been voted on, we'll sign those orders.
Perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Okay, item B, address 117 North Avenue D, property ID 121913, legal description, lot 8, block 1, Hardin, 1 structure.
Mayor, is the motion in order?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we go ahead and turn 117 over to demolition with a 30-day notice, since there was no contention on that.
I second.
Item C, oh, sorry, oh, moving too
B.
fast. Sorry about that. Any discussion?
B.
Sorry, I'm just skipping along. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, now item C. 309 North Avenue C, property ID 461460, legal description, lots 19 through 24, block 26, original town BB, 1 structure, commercial building.
Wow.
I move that we proceed with item C 309 North Avenue C with a 30-day notice.
Second.
Discussion. So this comes at a pretty penny to the city for demolition, $91,000. Do we want to give the property owner 30 days to turn in a formal
Well,
plan to get it
that's right. I mean,
to,
He's got 30 days to come back to us.
well, right now we're saying in 30 days, and
Demolition.
I want to make sure I understand it correctly, $91,000 to the city, I would,
Well, we've got it in our budget, and that's what
Right.
have all vowed to clean up our community, so it is part of our budget. 91,000 is a lot of our budget, but then again, we've got to take steps eventually.
okay.
And even though that 91,000 is going out now, I feel like we should be recouping that from the owner. I mean, that's
It's a lien,
Yeah,
be a lien.
exactly, so it's just money in suspension.
And that was the 30 days is for him to
That-
come up with a plan, and if
no,
that
it's
doesn't.
not, the 30 days is for them to either demolish it or, that's what I'm saying,
These that you're ordering.
Well, we asked Dennis what he wanted to do, and he said 1 to 2 years, maybe.
No, I'm not, that's not what I'm
So
saying.
I'm ready to move forward.
Okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
I understand what you're saying,
As
though.
a- Fix this, I'm gonna take care of it myself.
And Commissioner, in this particular case, this is something that's been hanging out there for a number of years. This is not new. This is old news. So, there's been opportunity to be able to do whatever modification that was necessary.
okay,
Let's roll.
all right. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, do we have a second on that?
Yes,
Yeah, Bill,
Bill, sir.
Okay, perfect. Sounds like we did. Sorry about that. Thank you.
all right. Motion carries unanimously. All right, item E, 106 South Wiggum, property ID 122533, legal description lot 23 and 10 of lot 22, block 2, Buckner, 1 structure.
I don't know how we need to make this motion. I'm confused. I apologize. I'd
Well, we
like
just
to-
need to make the motion and then have the discussion, I guess. Well, I guess
Okay.
you see what you're saying, because you don't know how to make
He
it in
doesn't
terms
know
of
how to
timeline.
make it. He doesn't know, because she's already said that she's gonna destroy, she's gonna demolish it herself.
Yeah, all right,
And that's kind of the direction that we wanna wind up going.
Add something.
yes,
this.
sure.
I remember from our demolitions that we did 2 years ago, that if the owner of the property applies for a demolition permit, that allows them 6 months to complete it. So if they apply for that demolition permit within the next 30 days, then that gives them 6 months. We can't, as a board, demo it while that permit is still in that 6-month time.
Okay, then I'll-
But does that not allow us to be able to go ahead and make the determination to demo it? And that'll be up to them.
Well,
within
On
the
this
30-day
property, can we
frame.
not just table this property and come back to it another time? Like, we don't have to we don't have to move on this property at all and give them a
That's
chance.
correct. You can table it.
Just table this property and give them the opportunity to submit their plan. And if it's not acceptable,
All right, so let's try this. I move that we proceed with item E, 106 South Wiggum, with the exception of giving the owner 30 days to apply for a demolition permit to extend to July 1st, 2026.
That sounds doable. I second that.
So let me make sure I'm understanding the motion correctly. The motion saying
To go
we're
with.
gonna demo the property in July of 2026 if the property owner has not,
That's not what he said.
okay, then help me make sure I'm understanding it.
We're going to demolition it in 30 days, but they have 30 days to apply for a demolition permit to extend to July 1st, 2026. And it's longer than 6 months, but that's what they asked for.
Extend the time zone if they apply for the permit.
Yeah. Okay. That's my motion.
We're voting to demolition.
Are you
You-
Are
Are
you
you
there?
with us
It's-
now?
No, I follow what you're doing.
Okay.
I just think it's a big step when you've got people here saying, hey, I want to do something with the property. You're saying, like, I
she's
prefer to table it.
I may
She's
have
al-
a solution for you that's a little cleaner. So all that your ordinance requires, if you're in excess of 30 days, is a specific time schedule for commencement and performance of the work. So what you could say is, we're going to, and it needs to be less than 90 days. So you could say, we motion to, order demolition within 60 days, and that gives her a little bit more time. That also puts her within the 6 months of that
Demolition
permit
permit?
date, that July.
So the
Yeah.
motion,
So you, for 60 days.
Let's just,
Or you can always table it to a date and time certain.
I would rather table it.
let's table it.
All right, we do have a live motion. I'm gonna ask the commissioner who raised that motion to withdraw that motion at this time. And
So
then
be
we
I-
can have a second motion.
I withdraw the motion.
Can I withdraw
Thank you,
the
sir.
second?
So when we table it, we need to know what date and time certain we will be moving this item to. Do you want it on your December or on your January or whenever? What docket would you like that to return to?
Okay, I table this until our December docket.
Do it December or,
Okay, January.
January.
Yeah, I'll do January. That way we got the 6 months.
yeah.
Okay, do we know what day Nikki, what day the January, council meeting will be?
I sure don't. I know it's the third Monday,
Let me see.
January 19th,
2026.
January
Yeah,
20th.
twin holiday.
So, no, you're perfect. So the motion would be to table this item to the January 20th Board of Commissioners meeting at 6 PM.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll be 77 then.
good.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna have you
Happy
do one more
almost
thing before you
birthday.
do that. Mayor, I'm gonna have you if you would, I'm gonna have you reopen the public hearing for item 9E. By reopening that public hearing and leaving the item open, on that specific item, you no longer have to repost notice of this item. So you wouldn't have to do any more publication on it. So the first step would be to reopen the public hearing for item 9E, and then the second would be to motion to table the item to January 20th at 6 PM.
Are you
I
sure
think
this
you
is
mean it's
it?
item 8E.
What was the
The public
question?
hearing was item 8E.
8E, that's fine, right, 8E. You
So I'm-
separate them
So I'm reopening the public hearing for item 8E.
for that item.
For item 8E.
Yes, ma'am.
Done. Now we need to make a motion.
I move that we table item E, the property at 106 South Wiggum, until our December 20th, January 20th meeting.
Second.
6 PM.
All in favor?
All right.
All opposed?
Mayor, just real point of clarification. I think January 20th is a Tuesday, right? January.
from the holiday to the next day. It'll be on Tuesday.
Okay. Item, where are we at? F? What section are we on?
We're on item
Item F, okay. Address 1121 Shepherd Road, property ID 119247, legal description .4 AC RRVL Block 4 and .17 AC A-322 C Winters, total 0.57 acres, original town BB1 structure.
Don't we want to do the same thing?
Yes.
So are you going to open the public meeting again?
Okay, so am I reopening the public hearing for, well, that's if everybody wants to do that.
Table it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're reopening the public hearing for item F,
So it'd be the item for 8F.
8F.
Mayor, I move that we table item F, the property at 1121 Shepherd Road, until our board meeting in January, on January 20th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. That was painful.
Really?
Okay. Now we move on to item 10. Discuss and take any action necessary to award at the IT managed services provider request for proposal, RFP.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Lindsay McNabb Fox, Assistant City Manager. Tonight, I'd like to give you a brief overview of the IT managed services process, our evaluation results, and staff recommendation. Back in August, the city issued an RFP seeking qualified managed services provider to handle our day-to-day IT needs. This includes network monitoring, cybersecurity, help desk support, backups, and our CJIS compliance support for the police department. We received 7 proposals, and we assembled an evaluation team that included myself, ACM Dusty Burkburnett, Officer Jeff Kirch from the police department, and 2 representatives from the Burkburnett ISD technology department. Each proposal was scored using our published criteria, including municipal experience, responsiveness, CJIS capability, vendor strength, reporting, and overall value. After reviewing all submissions, 2 vendors rose to the top, Centrio Solutions, which is our current provider, and the Fulcum Group. Although Centrio scored well technically, we have at City Hall and at the police department experienced concerns with their responsiveness and customer support. Additionally, their proposal did not include a monthly bill for our phone system, which changed the overall cost of their proposal. The other top scorer was the Fulcum Group. This is a firm out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They have a significant experience supporting Texas municipalities. They also have direct experience with our Encode financial software and demonstrated a solid understanding of the police department's compliance and network requirements. Their team came and met on site a few weeks ago. They toured City Hall and the police department, reviewed our servers, and met with city staff. And I'll say everyone was very impressed with their knowledge and professionalism. We also spoke with 2 cities that gave very excellent reviews on their services. Chief Miller also reached out to 2 police departments for their references as well and received positive feedback. So Fulcrum's initial pricing was above our budget, and we discussed that with them and came up with a solution for remote-only support, and which this will, most of our IT issues here at City Hall can be resolved remotely. and we'll work on that model going forward. They also provide quarterly IT review meetings, support with our long-term planning, and assistance with annual budget prep related to technology needs. Based on those qualifications, municipal experience, and pricing, staff is recommending awarding the IT managed service provider to Fulcrum Group, pending final legal review and contract approval. David Johnson is here from Fulcrum Group, and at this time, I'd like to invite him to come up and talk about some of his services.
I'm David Johnson, one of the owners of the Fulcrum Group. Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. And just a little bit about Fulcrum. We've been in business over 20 years. We've actually been working with local government agencies almost for 20 years now as well. We've worked with a lot of nonprofits and also small businesses, so we have a wide range of experience. We've been recognized by our peers and industry for providing, best-in-class managed IT support. So we take pride in that. And our spot managed IT is really designed to be your day-to-day IT support. It's going to have everything that you need where you don't have to have an internal IT department. So it's going to have the day-to-day stuff, all the help desk support with our people in our offices where nobody's outsourced or anything like that. They're fingerprinted and background checked, so they're ready for CJIS compliance. We're going to handle, like Lindsay said, the annual technology roadmap so that you have a plan for IT. That's been a challenge for the city the last few years. Your technology is behind because your current provider hasn't really been, driving that bus on that. So we want to get that, get a good roadmap, and get you to know what the low-hanging fruit is first. Let's get that done, and then let's figure out a good long-term plan. Make sure that we've got essential cybersecurity in place. Local government agencies are a big target for cyber criminals, and so we want to make sure we get that protected. We just want to be here for any big picture planning. So if you're out at a conference, you come back excited about a new piece of software or technology, get us involved, and let's see how we can incorporate those things into your environment. And we also handle the management of your IT vendors as well. So making sure you got contract terms, when do they expire, when do they need to be renegotiated, warranties, licenses, all of those things tracked so that you know exactly what your budget's going to be every year. And we do all that for a fixed monthly fee, and it's typically significantly less expensive than hiring internal IT. And we try to make sure we understand your priorities, fiscal responsibility. You got to have the reliability, and we've got to, have the modernization where we're behind. We got to get caught up. So, but we want to give you that predictable cost, make sure you're CJIS compliance, and then make sure we've got a good plan for transition from your current provider to us. So, but that's basically it. Any questions you have, I'm happy to answer them.
You mentioned, I think 2 or 3 times during that you needed to get us up to standard or modernization. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
You've got old computers, old servers, old network infrastructure equipment that's, past its end of life. There's going to have to be equipment that's going to have to be upgraded.
So that sounds like there's going to be a lot of additional costs on top of what you're proposing here.
Well, you're going to have to do it regardless of who has this, right? So what will happen is that we're going to help you build out a plan. It doesn't have to be done right away, but you do have to, make sure that you're staying compliant with all the laws and regulations for operating a government agency.
So can you talk a little bit more about your tech stack and what exactly it is that you're using for the cybersecurity pieces?
So every one of our clients gets what we refer to as a EDR, endpoint protection. So think of in the old days, we have traditional antivirus that's based on signatures. So we've gone beyond that now to an endpoint protection that gives you machine learning and AI to detect threats that there's not even a signature for. So those go into our system, we alert, we fix and resolve those things. So that's one of the biggest pieces. A lot of the other things are around documentation, making sure you got everything documented, making sure that you have a complete inventory of your IT systems. What is the status of them? Do they need to be patched, updated? Do they need firmware applied? All of those things. So there's some of those things that you're lacking today is just having a good solid inventory of what you have and what's the status of it. So we do include cybersecurity training that's state approved. Apologize. But we're going to monitor your backups, make sure those are done, successfully. We're going to manage your firewall and make sure it's up to date. Most of the firewall vendors have had a significant problem over the last year with many vulnerabilities discovered, and so as soon as those are introduced or identified, we get in there and update all of our clients right away. Handle all of your Windows updates. We don't know what your current status is, but I don't think your current vendor is providing any kind of reporting related to that. So we're going to provide you quarterly reporting plus any time on-demand reporting that you would want as well.
One of the things here, it says reactive support. It says a service desk that's available from 7:30 to 5:30. With anything related to the police department, that's not, they don't work just, normal business hours.
We do have engineers on call for after-hour support, so.
At $150 an hour?
No,
Or once?
the after-hour support, as long as it's remote, is included.
Okay.
The only thing that would be extra is if we have to dispatch an engineer out here to fix something that, usually what we can do is get one of your people to, be our remote hands, right? Reboot a server, power something off, try to connect, move a cable or something or another. We'll make sure that we have good documentation to say, here's a picture of it, go here and plug this in, change those kind of things.
What's your ticket response time?
If you call in, you get immediate support. So we have our service desk, average response time is about 3 minutes. If you're emailing in, it's a 4-hour response. So if you need something quicker, just pick up the phone and call us. We also shoot for a 90% first call resolution as well. So if you call, we want to resolve those calls on the first call so that you don't have to call us back, we don't have to call you back and play phone tag. We do that by hiring what we call level 2 engineers on our service desk so they can resolve a lot more issues than just the, change a password or update an application. So, and they're very familiar with all of the applications that you use here within the city.
I understand that there was a work team that probably came together to put this process together. So that means that somebody from your shop have walked through everything that we have.
I wouldn't say everything, but we did look at City Hall and the police department.
Okay, so you made the assessment that our stuff our equipment is outdated. Is there nothing that can be upgraded, or it sounds to me like everything that's outdated has to be replaced?
We don't really have a good inventory yet, so we were relying on somewhat what the police department was giving us, a kind of an oral history of their equipment and those kind of things. So, but once we get our eyes on the network, get our monitoring systems in place, we'll be able to generate a complete inventory of all your IT systems very quickly, and then we'll be able to kind of start building out a roadmap of what it's going to take.
So you were able to provide these numbers based on discussion as opposed to actual hands-on? We
actually price our services a little bit different. We just charge per user. So we understand that, you know, every new client that we take on, their IT environment's probably not going to be up to speed. And then it's our job to get it up to speed over a period of 3 to 5 years, right? So we take that risk on. We know that there's going to be an influx of tickets for us because we're actually going to respond to things. So some of the users here right now are so fed up that they don't even bother to call in for tickets, right? So we're going to give them that response and get those things taken care of. And then once we get a good inventory of things, figure it out, we'll start building out a technology roadmap. And you tell us what your budget is, right? We understand that nobody's got an unlimited budget, and it's going to take time. But if you have information, then you can make better decisions over time.
So I happen to be in corporate America, and I make decisions like this on a regular basis for large corporations. This 139 per unit is very high from my experience. Can you help me understand, just because I'm learning municipal government, right? So what is it on the municipal government side that makes it so much higher per user?
We actually charge less for local government than we do for corporate clients.
Interesting.
Because their local government tends to have the same technology components in place. A lot of people are on Encode. They have the same, you know, body cam systems, the same RMS for police. If they've got fire, you know, it's similar. So that's, you know, a lot of the same technology, so we can get to be very efficient at those and do those things. But we're on the state of Texas DIR contract. So we went through like a 2-year process to get vetted out on all of our pricing, what was included, how we structure everything, and you know, they've approved us for that, and we've been on there for 3 years now. So.
And how many municipalities do you currently service?
I think it's 7, I believe.
7?
We have what we call a fractional CIO that will be assigned to you, and he'll be the one that is working with all of our other local government clients. And the team's already met him already. He came out when we came out.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
I don't.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
I'll entertain a motion if there is one.
Go ahead, Bill.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we award the IT managed services provider contract to the Fulcrum Group.
I second.
Discussion? Seven municipalities is not a lot of municipalities. This is a substantial contract, 6-figure contract for our city.
Contract length.
What is the contract length?
They're proposing 3 years, which is industry standard. We haven't discussed it in depth with them yet. This is, once we get this process done, then we'll move on to contract discussions and have our attorneys review it. And so right now, this is just to award the RFP and then allow us to enter in the negotiation of the contract. But our current contract with our current provider is 3 years with annual renewals. So, and that is their proposal for a 3-year contract.
And Mayor, just to counter a little bit, they do have governmental experience. While it's not 100 cities or 200 cities, maybe a smaller group gives us more personalized service initially. And I would also hope that that would help us on years to come. If we were one of their first 10 to sign up with them, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud right now.
No, what's the point of the discussion, so that's.
Yeah, so when David comes before us again and says, I appreciate y'all's loyalty to us, and that can benefit us as well.
I think, I mean, that's what the process is here for, is just to figure it out.
Sure is.
I've, obviously, you've, worked in municipal government for a long time. There's been a lot,
20 years.
I've seen a lot of IT, proposals over the years. I'm a little concerned because there wasn't any, like, going into the tech stack into what exact kind of protections on the stuff there was going to be, which is really what I'm what I'm accustomed to in hearing these proposals on a regular basis. I think, I guess I don't feel comfortable personally at this point,
Nor I.
moving forward on a 3-year commitment with this particular company, but, I also know that good people were involved in the, evaluation process, so I obviously respect that part of it, so I'm just.
Well, if what I'm hearing from you and Susan, then we don't have enough votes anyway. So we may need to table then.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying, I personally, I don't know that I feel comfortable moving forward with this particular contract, awarding this particular contract.
When does our existing service provider contract expire?
January 23rd, 2026.
So we've got 2 months to either get comfortable or come up with something else.
And have more members here to vote.
I mean, are you guys comfortable? I mean, what's your,
I made the motion.
yeah, you did.
I'm not an IT expert, I just know how to turn a computer on, but the bottom line is I do have common sense about this. And I'm almost sure that if this is not working, I'm almost sure that you guys are qualified enough to be able to say, this is how we come out of it, we avert this process, we back out of it. We really don't have a lot of time to be jacking around, guys. We're in the bewitching hour.
I do like the fact that what David said earlier, that yes, we're remote, but they respond within 3 minutes on average time. And it is someone local, not vendored out to someone else.
Well, local, they're in Dallas. Yeah,
Right.
local Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Three of them.
Yeah, okay.
Remote, but it's not gonna be from Pakistan.
Oh,
or
gotcha.
wherever. It's going to be someone right here in Dallas. And honestly, the 7 City is appealing to me because they have more time to get familiar with us. It's not like we're their first, but I'm just giving you a counter argument.
Yeah. Okay.
And my biggest concern is responsiveness, because if I've got a problem in this day and age, we got to get it fixed soon. And he's already assured us that 3 minutes, I'm going to tell you, if you try to carry a cell phone company, you can't get those guys on the phone in 3 minutes. So I'm prepared to go forward, I'll tell you.
Okay.
And between Chief Dusty and who else was on that committee? Lindsay?
Me and
And you all are satisfied with
two
this?
IT people from the school district helped us rate.
You all
so
use the school's IT guys?
To help us
If
score the.
these guys, only thing we can do, we're not experts, only thing we can do is kind of rely on what's been put before us. If these guys are satisfied with it, because let me tell you, it's gonna affect their report card.
Okay. we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion fails.
Okay.
All right. Item 11. Discuss and take any action necessary to award the city attorney services provider request for proposal, RFP.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Tonight, I'm presenting the results of our attorney services request for proposal. The city received 2 qualified proposals for city attorney services. One was from Underwood Law Firm, and the other was from Taylor Olson, Atkins, Cirilla, and Elam, also known as TOSI. Both firms demonstrated extensive municipal law experience. They each provided a comprehensive scope of services, met all of the RFP requirements. When staff completed the scoring process using the approved evaluation criteria, both firms received the same overall score. We are also contacted references listed by both firms, and each reference we spoke to provided strong positive feedback for each firm. Because the firms tied in scoring and both received excellent recommendations, the primary difference between the 2 proposals came down to cost. TOSI has an assigned associate attorney at a rate of $215 per hour, and Underwood has an assigned as a shareholder attorney at the rate of $275 per hour. TOSI has been our interim attorney for the last few months, since October 1st. And staff is recommending approval for their services to continue. So at this time, I'll entertain any questions.
You said TOSI was $215 per hour, and how much was the other?
$275.
$275.
It's a little different, though. I mean, one is an associate attorney and one is a shareholder attorney, which is
Ownership and typically experience level when.
Right, and with the TOSI model, their pricing is anyone under 7 years of experience, it's a certain rate. Anybody above 7 years, it's a higher rate, and then partners are a separate rate. So
which we
our
do
main
have
attorney-
access to. if
Yes,
needed.
which we would have access to, which the last, we just received our October bill, and I mean, there were variations because our main contact is that lower rate, but then if she does need assistance from another attorney, or we have to get someone on a call with that higher experience needed, then, you know, that rate is reflected in the bill. But for the day-to-day operations, with the lower rate, it's.
How did we come up with using TOSI on a temporary basis? I mean, how do we end up choosing them on a temporary basis?
Well, they provide legal services to us already through an ongoing litigation. And also, I had past experience with them at a different municipality, so I had reached out to my contact there.
And Mayor, have you worked with TOSI in the since then?
I've had a few experiences with them thus far. I mean, I think I'm fine with them as the interim at the moment. I think we're in the process of hiring a new city manager, and I think that there may be the opportunity that whoever the new city manager is may have a preference or contacts that they might want to choose, and I think they've only been our interim attorney for 6 weeks, so I think
Not
I
enough
would like a
time,
little
yeah.
bit more experience to know if we want to make a commitment in that way. But that's just me. I mean.
Okay.
And, I mean, yes, they are the interim currently. I'm just following the timeline that we put out.
Yes. And thank you for your research too on talking to them in the first place.
Table this to a later date. On a timeline.
No, we're not on a timeline. There are interim currently. There's,
So we plan on waiting till we hire a city manager to make this decision? Are we gonna do that?
well, that's not up to
Do we
me.
need
I
to?
mean, it's, but
What did the RFP say on a time limit? Was it a year, 2 years?
On award,
Yes.
I think I put that we would award at this time. I mean, but that's not set in stone. That was just the timeline that I was following. Just to give them, just to give everybody a timetable to know when.
But if we enter into a contract
would
with
let
them,
them
is our
know.
contract for 1 month or is it for 10 years?
Oh, the interim?
Yes. No, I'm talking about if we award this right tonight.
Oh, I don't have a contract from them right now. This would
Okay.
just be, we would negotiate that, yes.
Okay. Okay, I make a motion that we proceed with the RFP with the award, the city attorney service to Tosi.
Yes.
I'll second that.
any discussion?
And this is just to negotiate, like, this is not any timeline, not any, we're not signing like,
Well, we're saying we're awarding them the, essentially the position of city manager and then negotiating, or not
City
city
attorney.
manager, city attorney.
And then negotiate the
negotiating it.
contract.
So we're awarding it to them, which would not allow us to talk with others if we decided we wanted to evaluate that.
But we don't have to accept their contract either.
Right, but I think it restricts us from being able to communicate with others. If we wanted to do that, we wouldn't be able to do that. We would be restricted from that. If we wanted to see what other options there were.
Right, and when we opened it up, when we opened for bid, we received 2 responses. If we were going to open up negotiations with, other firms, we would have to reopen the RFP. And those are the only 2 responses that we received.
Right.
So,
I'm good. We opened it up, we had 2 responses, and we're going with somebody we're already working with. So I'm good.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Is that you in favor or not?
Yeah,
Your
I didn't even hear the second, I'm sorry, I just slept through that.
You made the motion, correct?
And Bill
And
second.
Bill
Oh, you
seconded.
seconded?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then,
I'm-
so,
okay.
all in favor?
That's what I was looking for.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
All opposed?
So if I may, what do we do moving forward?
Well, there are interim.
If they choose to be?
I don't have an issue with them specifically. I just, again, think that it's been 6 weeks. So I just think just trying to honor the timeline. I understand why Lindsay put it on. She's just trying to honor the timeline of the RFQ.
Right.
But at the same token, when we put out the RFQ, we hadn't severed ties yet with our former attorneys. So there's just, the way the timeline worked out, it just didn't work out where, we kind of had a little more time, I guess I would say.
Okay.
I don't have any,
and we're in the process of hiring a city
yeah, and I don't have any
manager.
issues with them at all. I just also know we're also in the process of hiring a new city manager. So that's we've had a lot of transition in vendors and things
Okay.
lately.
I'm fine. I disagree, but I'm fine. So next item, let's go.
That's why there's 7 of them.
That's right.
All right. Item 12, discuss and take any action necessary regarding resolution number 791. I will ask the clerk to read the caption.
A resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Burkburnett, Texas, authorizing votes to be cast for individuals nominated for the Wichita Appraisal District Board of Directors.
Is anyone discussing that?
It doesn't appear to be.
There isn't much discussion. We had voted, you all have voted a month or so ago to nominate people for this ballot.
Oh.
You chose to. We have, as the city, 46 votes that you can give towards one person listed or divvy them out between the two individuals listed. It's just
Okay.
up to you all, how you want to do that.
Okay. I see that now on the next page.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. It's been a rough
Yeah, we
meeting.
were just kind of lost there for a little
Yeah.
bit.
The ballot is page 127.
Actually, I'm showing 126. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Are we in a discussion time frame right now?
Well, we have to make a motion in a second, but yes. I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 791.
I guess we can table this like we did the other two. There's probably a real timeline on this one.
So that we can move through discussion, because I have a lot of questions. I vote that we split our votes between Jeff Kent and Shelby Walmack. I move to make that motion.
Is that meaning both people will be on the board? Is that,
No. It's whoever gets the most votes. And you can see that Burkburnett, we've got 46 votes.
oh, I'm looking at the wrong page, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And all these other entities have votes too. Are you with me?
I follow you now.
But I really want to have a discussion about it, so I just made a motion.
Okay. Do we have a second? So we can discuss it?
For the sake of discussion, I'll second it.
Okay. So I know Jeff, I don't know Shelby Walmack. Is Shelby here tonight? Does anybody know Shelby?
I don't. I know that
I don't
Jeff has
either.
been awarded our 46 votes every year,
Yeah,
is to my knowledge, so.
okay. That's all I want to discuss then.
So do we need to, do you still want to split them between the two, or do you want to amend your
Well, we've
motion?
got to vote on that, I think, first, and then if it doesn't pass, then we can make another one.
You
Is
guys
that
have a
correct?
preference?
We've got a motion.
We're in the discussion phase now.
But I don't think any of us know Shelby, do we? Okay, so I think
So
we
we
have to
have to
entertain a
vote,
vote for that, and then we
have
can make a
another
new motion.
So we need to, okay, so all in favor of splitting the votes between the two? All opposed?
Oppose. I make a motion that we place all 46 of our votes with Jeff Kent.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Just out of curiosity, I know that vote is already passed, but I guess my concern is, since the statement was no one knows Shelley Womack, how did she get on the ballot?
It's not just
Okay, so somebody else may have, from some other place. Okay, okay,
Another community possibly.
okay, all right.
All right. Item 13, Burkburnett Development Corporation Report, update and discussion by Travis Haggard.
Wow.
Already heckled by the crowd. How long's your update? Vicky, 13 on the agenda. Nice. That beats 34. I appreciate you. All right, hey, before, Commissioner, Mayor, good to be here tonight. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me up here. Before I get into my prepared updates, I want to address statements made by the owner of the property located at 309 North Avenue C, known as the Boco property, that was part of the public hearing based on its condition. Let me provide you with the facts regarding my interactions with the property. Approximately 2 years ago,
Can we do this? It's not,
it's part of my update.
It's part of his
oh, part of his
update.
update? Okay. It's
And
part
I
of
will
your,
not yield time to anyone in the crowd.
okay, no,
It's my
part of
update.
your update, okay.
Approximately 2 years ago, City Manager Fred Tillman and I toured the facility with Mr. Koulivatis. First, let me address the secured building where the golf course equipment was stored. We were in the building during a rain, and the roof in that building, on that building, was leaking, had multiple leaks, including on the equipment in the building. After seeing the condition of the property, I visited with the BDC board to make an offer on that property. The standard operating procedure for the BDC is to offer the current appraised value on the property. That value was about $38,000 and some change on the tax rolls. I called Mr. Koulivatis and asked him, would he sell the property? He said, make me an offer. I gave him the number $38,000 and some change, which is the appraised value. He said that isn't close because we would have to go out and build another building to store their equipment. And that was the last conversation that I had with Mr. Koulivatis regarding that property. The current owners have owned that property since 2015, and it appears nothing has been done to the property to improve it or stop it from falling in. In closing, I stand before you to tell you that I take my job very seriously. I communicate the BDC's direction on projects. The offhanded comment of collusion by the citizen representing the property at 309 North Avenue C were both unprofessional and slanderous. And for the record, the city does not set the appraised value of a property in the city. That is done by the county. I don't know where he came up with the idea the value went down in the property, because it never did, according to the years 2022 to current. I welcome any questions regarding the property.
I have no
All right,
questions.
thank you all. Hey, well, let's get on to my update.
Can I make one comment?
No, you can't. No, thank you. I said the appraisal district of the county. Okay, so. Yes, it is a county office, the appraisal district.
Okay, let's go back to,
That's why I didn't want to yield.
yeah,
So we can keep
no,
going.
we need to,
We're
let's
on
go.
item 13. Okay. So, first of all, hey, the update on the downtown property known as the Cotton Gin. Nikki, do you have that available?
She's getting it.
She did, look at that. Okay, so you all may or may not recall some of these renderings that were done by Brett Flory as part of our downtown revitalization efforts. I originally asked Brett to give us some renderings so we could update the Cotton Gin as more of an outdoor event center, have some different opportunities down there, working with the Chamber of Commerce. Christina Pendel and I are in the process of making an application to the T-Mobile for the T-Mobile grant for the downtown revitalization area. A couple things I want to point out that grant is going to include. So first of all, you can see in the picture, there's artificial turf really pretty much around that property. We are going to add some artificial turf, but not that much. We do want to keep the parking lot available around the Chamber of Commerce building, which is over on the right of that picture there. And we want to keep some parking available for events that, that may be a tailgate event or something like that for people to be able to park on the property, car shows, things like that. We're looking at doing some turf around the main cotton gin building, kind of in some of those corner areas that will help open up opportunities for outdoor games, things like cornhole, bocce ball, some items like that that people like to play and have some fun while they're down there. So that is going to be included. That part is going to be included in our grant application. You can also see the old cotton gin sign that's up on the building. If you look to the left of that kind of that two-story overhang up there, that two-story balcony, if you will. Over on the left, it's written in white, so it's a little hard to see, but if you see that, it says the old cotton gin. That is a great sign. That is a great way to identify that property. And so we are getting estimates, or have gotten one estimate on putting wrapped metal letters up there to coincide with kind of time period specific, including the font, and that will also kind of highlight that building's era and draw your attention up a little bit off of that. Another piece we are doing is to convert the concrete block. So that's kind of a brown concrete block building to the left on the picture of the cotton gin property. That is just a storage building right now. We have received quotes on turning that into a public restroom facility, so that could be open to the public during events down there. So no more porta potties and having to deal with that when it comes time for some of the nicer events. We are looking to add 2 large fans inside of the original cotton gin building to move some air when the doors are shut. We all know that we get some inclement weather, so if we have vendors and things in there, when it's warm and the doors need to be shut, we can still have some air circulation going on in that building, really making it usable year-round, kind of, unless it's 30 or something. We also are looking at adding interior lighting to the cotton gin building, not only the decorative string lights, but also some uplighting, some accent lighting. There is a lot of original equipment up high in the air, catwalks and different pulleys and different systems up there that you can see they once used. We want to highlight those. We also want to make sure that we're putting out a plaque or information on exactly how that cotton gin functioned back in its time. And the last thing we're looking at doing is we're going to add a decorative and a security fence around, you don't see it in this picture, but on the back side of that picture, there are a couple of out structures or outbuildings that are back there. If someone decided to climb up and play on those, they could get hurt, so we want to try to take safety and precaution and fence those off. It'll be a decorative, kind of a wrought iron style fence is what we're looking at, and included on that fence will be a plaque or some information on how those buildings worked in conjunction with the cotton harvesting and the manufacturing of that in that facility. So we're in the process of making a grant application for $50,000 to help with those projects, and we think that would be a great use of our money, so help with some grant money that T-Mobile's offering. So in the future, we hope to come back to the mayor and the council, city managers, with a letter of recommendation or letter of support that help us move this project forward. Okay, the next thing, we've made a grant application, getting some grant monies, kind of working in the programs, which is nice. Grant application for $30,000 to the Wichita Falls Area Community Foundation to purchase an enclosed trailer for the Wheels of Wonder collection. We would take this trailer to area schools for assemblies and to area car events such as the Vernon Cruise and other car shows that we have in this area. We would look at take it down to the Texas Motor Speedway to be part of racing events like NASCAR, to other events like SEMA, if you all have heard about that. That's a huge national, worldwide event out in Las Vegas for for car enthusiasts. They are the world's largest aftermarket car convention. And of course, we'll take the trailer to Hot Wheels conventions to showcase some of the collection and to share information on our museum. Okay, let's stay on the Hot Wheels topic for a minute. On January 24th, we will be having a museum premiere located at the newest city-owned building downtown. We will be giving you a sneak peek at the design of the museum. We've had architect Brett Flory doing some interior design on it and some exterior design and upgrades to it. So you all will be invited to attend that. We will also give you the feature presentation of showing the documentary that Hager Communications has put together on TED in this collection. I have a 1-minute teaser video for you to watch just so you can get an idea of some of the work that they do. So, Nikki, I know you're right there.
You have no idea.
Can maximize. I'm going to make you do one more thing. Way you go.
Okay, my full real name is Theophil Foise Jr. And it all started in 1936.
Hold on to your hubcaps, kids, because you're about to meet the man who turned a toy box into a kingdom of cars. So fasten your safety belts and prepare for action, because Ted's incredible story isn't just about metal and paint. No, sir, boys and girls, this is so much more.
My collection just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's my hobby.
So buckle up and get ready to learn the wild, true story of how Ted built the world's biggest die-cast collection.
Oh, what else can I say? You've got the gist of my life, and I love it.
I will tell you that no one was injured during the go-kart scene, but I will tell you that that was actually 88-year-old Ted Quaz driving the go-kart that has a GoPro on the front of it. So that is just a small sample of the amazing footage and some of the stuff that Hager's doing to put this docuseries out for us. Hager's already said that they will push it out nationally for national awards and that they have already participated in the past. And we're gonna bring new light to this collection with that once we hit it. So the premiere, the 15-minute premiere, you all will be the first ones to see it on January 24th. We're gonna hold it there. You're also gonna get a chance to see our logo deck and our designs at that time. You'll get to see some of the renderings that Brett Flory has done on the building and some of the plans we have. You'll be able to ask questions, and we're just gonna have a great time. So we've got a crew planning that. Okay, last but not least, on the Hot Wheels side, our inventory currently stands at, Susan? Thank you. 78,831. I would say we're approximately 70% complete.
Wow.
So yes, still a ways to go, but we are making strides, and hats off to that inventory team. They do some work. Each one of those cars is an individual entry in the computer that has a picture associated with it. So all the verifications there, and it does take some time, but they are killing it. I want to thank all of you, the city, for making your decisions the way you make your decisions, your partnership regarding the partnership to create the pickleball courts and the sand volleyball courts downtown. The city staff that helps put all that together and keep the messaging out there. What a partnership between the city and Veolia we're building. I'm loving to see that, and hats off to y'all. That was a great event Saturday, and it was really kind of funny as what started out to be another impromptu turned into a whole day of events, and it was amazing to see the people out there. So thank you for giving the citizens more things to do. Finally, I want to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great week.
The best part of this has been seeing the people out there every day playing on it. Like, there's been people every day on the pickleball courts. There's been kids and families playing on the volleyball, the sand volleyball, so it's been really awesome.
And I applaud you for putting out that comment on Facebook about helping us keep our parks clean and safe and free of vandalism. I agree. My comment behind that was, if the city is spending money repairing or replacing things that get broken, we can't spend our money on new things and new programs to go into our parks, so.
Well, it's great that you said that, because actually we're working with Chief Miller to come up with a good plan on how to ensure that our stuff stays taken care of in our community. The literal day that we had the pickleball courts, that we launched the pickleball courts, that by that night, they had already destroyed one of the nets. So we are vigilantly working on a solution to solve that problem, because we are having vandalism not only at the pickleball and now with, we just can't run a city that way. So we're gonna be dealing with that problem.
And as we bring in, want to bring in additional investment and developers to look at our community, if they look around and they see vandalism, if they see poor condition and rundown, they're not going to invest here because they don't feel we're taking our city serious. So vandalism and crime is something very high on site selectors' list when they look at a community. So thank you for keep doing that and keeping us safe. Thanks, Chief, for keeping us safe out there.
Thank you, Travis.
Travis, thank you for your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Representing our city in many places. Thank you for the grants that you're applying for. That's excellent work. And you already brought it up, but the last thing is we're putting money in the cotton gin. We need to make sure we've got security. Because it looks real nice, and all it takes a bottle of spray paint.
Matt, we've been working with Chief Miller on the flock system and some of those cameras that we're looking at putting in place.
Yeah.
And so we do want to keep it safe and keep it nice, so.
Just a reminder on that.
I love my job and I love my community I work in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. All right, item 14. Assistant City Manager's Report, update and discussion by Lindsay McNabb Fox, Assistant City Manager, and Dusty Berkebile, Assistant City Manager, regarding city administration, operations, events, and projects.
All right, so I'll kick us off. So the sales tax for November totaled $238,978. This was a $13,000 decrease from November of last year. So we'll continue watching that numbers throughout the year. Our employee handbook, we're diligently working on that. We want to get that complete by the 1st of December and bring it for the board approval for December 15th. So I welcome y'all to, because I know we have Thanksgiving between now and then, but if y'all have any questions on the employee handbook or want to see what we've added to it or taken away, I welcome any of you to come and speak to me or Nikki, and we can get those questions asked and answered. Our timekeeping system project, that was something that was included in the fiscal year 25 budget, which we just closed. But we are now kicking that off. There were some timeline problems with our vendor that we're using, but we are in the process of getting that kicked off and finalized, hopefully with a January go live date for that. So just to update everyone, the timekeeping right now is all done paper and manual. And so the timekeeping system that you all approved is going to be digital. People can clock in and out. Vacation requests are done digitally and approved or denied. So there's no paper going to be involved in that. So we're very grateful for that approval of that in the budget and moving forward with that. Travis mentioned Harvest Fest this last week. This last weekend, I just wanted to give a quick update on that. We had, there were some competing events that weekend, so the attendance participation wasn't as expected, but we did have 18 vendors, 6 pop-up food trucks, 8 regular food trucks, 2 beer stations. We had 55 people in the hayride, 13 people participated in the pumpkin chunkin'. We had 9 teams on the sand volleyball. And so, like I said, we did have some competing events nearby, but we did receive great feedback on the sand volleyball and pickleball activities. A lot of community members excited about the addition of those 2 things in the park. And, you know, looking forward to things to come. Also, I wanted to give an update. Some of y'all might have seen or heard in the community some scuttlebutt about us trying to light up the park for Christmas. And so our Parks Director, Donna Moore, has done a great job. When she first got here, she asked me, what have we budgeted for Christmas decorations? And I had to tell her, we didn't budget anything for Christmas decorations. And so she said, so how do I get Christmas decorations? And so she started a campaign to fundraise. So far, she's raised $5,530. Our target for this year, we're hopeful to raise maybe $10,000 for the year and get the park lit up. And so and more information on that to come as we try to plan an event to thank the sponsors. We've gotten sponsors from a lot of different community people and clubs and different businesses around town, and we're still applying for different grants and different things to help us build up the park. So, but any questions?
Lindsay?
Yes, sir.
I can I think this is our first month to be down, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of surprised we hadn't been down before. I mean, it's just 1 month, but you're right, we need to keep an eye on that.
Yes, and it is one
for
of
the
our
past-
months that have our quarterly.
Yeah.
And so this is for the month of August sales.
Yep.
So I don't think the government shutdown was happening, you know, for these collections. So, but yeah, we'll continue to watch it, so.
Thank you.
Dusty?
Good evening. I promise I'll be quick. I know it's been taking a minute. You guys have seen there's been some sporadic fires going out over by where the water plant is, Carnes area. Their fire department, I'd like to thank you very, very much for your expert response out there and taking care of that. They're looking into what's causing it. We visited out there today to make sure everybody's aware and happy with the results that Veolia maintaining the wells out there and clearing up any confusion that may have been out there. But as far as the fire department, I believe the county, correct, is doing a investigation to what's going on there, sir.
That's the Wichita Falls Fire Marshal.
Wichita Falls Fire Marshal, okay. So that's being handled. And then on the water, so the temporary line that we can lay down, still with TCEQ, I called them. We're looking for final approval hopefully next week. Once that approval comes in, we can start laying pipe on the ground and actually connecting it, but we have to have that approval first before they see us doing that. That'll be amazing. And then they are about 90% complete on all sewers being flushed throughout the city. That's huge. And I mean, it's gonna help a lot of choke ups, and it's gonna help them at the waste treatment plant as well. The GIS that we funded through TIF, I would say we're probably about 30% into the mapping. Me and Mr. Alpers are sending them every bit of data we can find, and then some. We're searching through everything and helping them out along the way, so I'm really excited about that coming down the line as well. And I would like to address the drainage over on Corbin that you guys approved. Blaine said that probably within the next 2 weeks we'll have finalized, and then once that's finalized, they can go ahead and post an RFP to get some contractors in there, and then that can start moving. And I've been making contact with him as well.
That's great.
The property owner, so he's aware of this every step of the way. And then I would like to personally thank Parks and Streets for all the work they've been doing setting up these festivals, Antona. all these festivals that have been coming, Streets is always out there doing all the barriers, all the fencing, and then helping out with the festival, so is Parks. And they're out there every time, while everybody's out there enjoying it, to me included sometimes, they're out there working. And I'd just like to say thank you. And if any of you guys are here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. All right. We'll move to item 15, executive session. In accordance with the Texas Government Code, section 551.001, the Board of Commissioners will recess into executive session in accordance with the authority contained therein to discuss the following: consult with attorney about pending or
Mayor,
Yes.
would you please say the statute number when you announce this? So you said 001, but for this one, would you please say 071, and for the next one, 074?
I thought I did, but yes. So 551.071, consult with attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or settlement of same cause DC 30-CV2021-0581 Zachary D. Littard versus City of Burkburnett. And 551.074, discuss the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, dismissal of, or hearing against public officer or employee, city manager. You'll close the regular
Nikki,
meeting at 8:11.
Nikki, do you want me to have Tammy sign on to the Teams or give you a phone call?
Okay.
Oh, you cold too? I always bring my sweater.
Okay, so we will, close the executive session and reopen the regular meeting at 8:36. There was no action taken in executive session. We will move on to item 16. We'll we already reconvened, so now item 17, commissioners' comments.
I would like to thank Dan and Dusty and the other guys aren't here from Veolia. We had a citizen complaint today, and I would like to say that everybody showed up with extreme professionalism, and I think the citizen will be very happy. I appreciate y'all coming. And poor Mike, he has a bum knee, and according to my Fitbit, we walked 2,020 steps through a pasture with stickers, and so, you know, I kept wondering why he was way behind us. I didn't know he had a bum knee, so I'm sorry to Mike Alpers for having to walk through all that.
All right. Okay, we will move on to item 18, motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved.
So moved.